We're really on Donald Trump's shit list.
It's a big list. Stock markets are taking a hammering. The entire world is wondering whether we're heading for a Trump session. Traditional international trade rules are being written hourly. And this is the precarious moment in time Malcolm Turnbull thought would be a good one to have a personal go at the most erratically vengeful world leader since Genghis Khan.
Thank you so much.
Not welcome.
We've lost our professionalism on the world stage.
So Les Patterson could do a better job of foreign policy at the moment.
But you know, we've got more culture than a penicillin factory in Australia.
There was a time in Australian politics we put domestic rivalries aside when we were on the world stage, so we presented a united front on economic and military concerns of national interest.
It's the vibe of it.
That's out the window. Winning a tariff exemption was always going to be difficult because our man in Washington, Kevin Rudd, had spent his post-political life slagging Donald Trump, a history to which Trump was quickly alerted.
I hear he's not the brightest bulb.
We've got Dutton and Albanese divided on Ukraine. Roger Cook weighing in with his own highbrow assessment.
Knob.
And now Turnbull giving his 2 bobs worth.
Pretty much all the people I've seen, international leaders, that have sucked up to Trump and been sycophants have been run over.
Foreign Minister Penny Wong is no sycophant and she's doing her best to contain the situation. But there's only so much cut through a gay, Asian, progressive woman can have with the Donald.
Yeah, Trump and Turnbull have history.
Could not find 2 more different conservatives if you tried. Turnbull is articulate, urbane, considered and progressive, and let's face it, Donald Trump is none of those things.
They're eating the dogs.
They were never going to be besties and things went downhill immediately in 2017 over a deal then Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull had struck with the outgoing Obama administration. Turnbull had asked America to accept some asylum seekers who had come to Australia.
Yes, we can.
When Trump got in, he had a less sympathetic view.
That's really bullshit.
So Trump felt handled.
You can understand why. He came to power on the back of an anti-immigration policy. They weren't eating the pets back then, but he still didn't like them. Then one of his first acts as president is accepting a bunch of asylum seekers who weren't even coming to America in the first place.
The fact is, I stood up to Trump and got him to do things he didn't want to do because I wasn't being bullied by him.
He's got a point.
Got to stand up to the bully because they respond to strength. I know, I saw Love Actually also.
Whether it's in the global affairs or in the playground, you just get more bullying.
The problem with this bully is he's backed by the most powerful economy in history and the most powerful military in history. And he has no problem with carpet bombing the whole playground if he feels belittled, as happened when someone leaked the transcript of the asylum deal conversation. Australia used to be good at foreign policy. We used our status as a sensible middle power to create the League of Nations after World War I, the United Nations after World War II. We built a strong relationship with Vietnam despite helping obliterate that country in the 60s and 70s. Bob Hawke threaded the needle over the issue of Tiananmen Square. He was criticising China but keeping Beijing on side. John Howard managed to maintain relations with Indonesia while sending Australian troops to Timor. We did our best diplomacy quietly behind closed doors, but something happened 20 years ago and we turned into chest-thumping morons.
Look, I'm going to shirt front Mr. Putin.
Wonder what would happen if someone shirt-fronted Trump.
This is a man with an ego, a glass jaw and no sense of perspective. He thinks he looks like Elvis. He sent that from Mar-a-Lago at 1:30 in the morning.
Must have been drunk.
This is the scariest thing. Trump's teetotal. He did that sober. Takes a special kind of diplomat to deal with a guy like that.
I don't drink it all, except for the occasional glass of Chardonnay.
I'm Ben Harvey.
You're pretty diplomatic.
Oh.